Welcome back to my living room. I am Tuesday, also known as Aiden, and today we are fixing a promise that I made to my past self. Basically, I was editing the knitting podcast episode 1 last night, and at the end of the video, I had said, I hope to get all of my whips done by the next episode of the knitting podcast. Girl, you have 10. You have 10 whips right now. I don't even think you knew that. And you found 2 more from that video. You had like 8 in that video, and you actually have 10 because you found 2 more while you were cleaning out your yarn stash. Anyway, so there's no way that I could get all that done, even if I wanted to. Like, feasibly, there's just no way that I could knit that much in a month. And also create the things that I need to for the exhibition that I have at a local gallery. Like, that's just not, those things are not happening together. And I also can't cast anything else on while my project basket looks as it does. I will show it to you. 1 second. There she is, and Theo in the background, T-posing on us. This is supposed to hold the project that I am actively working on, and the supplies for the project that I'm actually working on, which I guess right now is technically true. But it's kind of a mountain. Like, I can't move this. I had to lift this with 2 hands. I have to carry it with 2 hands. It has straps. I'm afraid I'm gonna ruin the straps. I'm a little bit out of control. This year, I did a lot of, oh, well, I don't really feel like working on this one specifically right now, so I'll just put a string through the open end, and then I'll just, like, pick it up later. Do we think I did it later? Well, we're here now, aren't we? So I guess we know the answer to that. But I cannot actually start anything new until I deal with this, because it's out of hand. You know what I mean? Like, I've set myself up for failure, basically. So today, we are going to look at all of the whips and make like a game plan for myself to get them done. This will probably be my projects for most of the year, along with the gallery work, just based on the like amount I can knit per day. I gave myself a little bit of tendonitis in my elbow from knitting too much historically, so I can only really knit for a couple hours a day before my arms start to like yell at me, which means if I'm looking at this pile, I'll probably basically be set. But let's start investigating. I've taken the liberty of setting all the whips out on the floor, and we're just gonna speed round to them. Okay, this is a sweater pattern by ventzel. It's inside out right now, but it's like it looks like a sock monkey. I'm not sure if hers did or if that was a self-imposed thing, but the only thing I need to do is weave in all of these godforsaken ends, which I might have left for myself for like years, maybe 2 years, possibly. So that's one. This is a test knit of a self-drafted pattern that I have to finish casting off. So I think I've cast it off to here, and I have to cast off all the way back around to here. So I have this cast off to do. This was also a test knit of said pattern, but I'm gonna rip it out. I like the color, I like how it looks, but I made some vital mistakes, and I'm just gonna reuse this yarn for something else. So that's something maybe we could do today. This is another self-drafted pattern. It's a blanket. And I need to add like 3 more whole panels to my blanket. So that's cool. This is a self-drafted sweater. It's coming along really nicely. I've got a little bit of the sleeve done, and then the body done for this bad boy. So it needs its neck, that sleeve done, this sleeve started and finished before it's done. But it's really chunky. I'm using 2 strands of yarn held together. It's really chunky, so this will work up pretty quick. I have this, I think it's a petit knit pattern. I can't remember if it's the Oslo or a different one, but I cast off the bottom a little bit looser than I would have liked to, but I also am gonna tuck it in all the time, so I think it's fine. But I have to finish this sleeve and start that sleeve before she's done. This wool is so beautiful. Anyway, I have the beginnings of an Ingrid sweater in this beautiful cream color, but I made a mistake over here, and the moment I noticed that mistake, I just stopped knitting it completely. I would have to essentially rip back the entire front panel all the way to there to do this. So I've been procrastinating that, but I think we can get it done. And I really like this sweater. I have it in a brown, and I wanted it in a cream. So I do want to get it done. This one is a sweater for my partner. It's the Petit knit, a 3/4 or the zipper men's sweater, I think. I have this whole sleeve done. I need to finish this sleeve. I got so close. Look at how close that is. And then do the body. My parents' cat peed on this because I forgot it at their house and she's a territorial girl. So I had to figure out how to wash it without like messing up any of my live edges, because this bad boy, like there's wool in here. There was wool in here. I replaced it with a bar so that I could wash it by hand and then pray that I didn't do any like weird block stretching or anything. Everything looks quite even and nice still. This bad boy is a crochet book sleeve and it's almost done. It just needs, I'm gonna add I think another layer of border around this bit, and then I need the clasp or a couple clasps to keep it closed. This is one Sunday sock. I think I need to make its friend. And then next time I make socks, I found out how to knit them double, like 2 at a time. So next time I'm knitting socks, I'm gonna do that so that I don't have this problem ever again. This bad boy here is a test knit for one of my tapestries, but I realize I like it in double knitting better. Just the tension is better and the shape is better, so I think I'm gonna have to rip this out. But yeah, this is the bottom half of my Dancing Queen tapestry. And then here we have the matching pillow cover to go with the blanket because it has the same kind of crisscross motif. That's clearly at the beginning, so I'm contemplating maybe just ripping this out for now or powering through it first. We'll see. We also have, this one wasn't in the basket, but this is the actual version of the Dancing Queen tapestry that I'll be using, and it's reversible, which is partly why I like the double knitting better, so that people, when they, you know, acquire it, can show it on whatever side they want. So yeah, that's all the whips we're working with. The basket is still full of yarn, so that's something else I'll have to deal with. So now I guess we have to game plan the order in which I should finish these. Oh brother. Listen, I'm gonna be so for real right now, a little candid if you will. I'm embarrassed by the amount of projects that are on my floor right now. That's too many that are half finished, and I knew that from the basket, but seeing them all laid out like this is like, ugh, it's bad. Anyway, if you're like me, please let me know in the comments or something, solidarity style, because yeah, this is hard to like look at and go, oh, I started all of those things and didn't get them done once. But today we're remedying it, so we're gonna stay optimistic. We're gonna get it done this year. This is my year, 2025, to finish my whips, I hope. Okay, so I emptied out the basket and it's way better. I have a couple little balls that I need to add to my stash, as well as some Vicks Vapor Rub, so yay for that. And now I'm gonna decide an order to finish these, stack them in here. I just want to say, before we get into this sorting section, that if you feel guilty or if you feel any type of way about your half-finished projects, like maybe I do, which I definitely do, know that it's like perfectly normal and healthy to have many different creative endeavors on the go at once. And it's important, in order to keep your creative spark alive, to work on what is inspiring you. Because if you, my cat is playing so hard right now, but if you railroad yourself into something and it feels like a chore, that's when the joy of creating goes away. Please don't be too hard on yourself. if you're in a situation like mine, because we all are here sometimes and it's just the way it is. So anyway, without further ado, we're going in reverse order here, just to make it easier for me to put it in the basket. Number 10 spot, we got blanket. I feel like I will want to work on this when it's cold, and it's cold right now. Like, to be so clear, it's cold right now. But I think by the time I get all of these other things done, it will probably be like fall time. And I think that's the perfect time to work on this. With my girls in knitting club, I'll just whip this bad boy out and pick away at it while we listen to true crime. So this bad boy will resurface then. Also, I need yarn for it. And I'm trying to at least get the exhibition stuff done before I buy any new yarn. So that bad boy is bottom of the basket. Just before the blanket is this crisscross motif pillow cover. I think I might be pulling it out, leaving it as a ball, and taking a photo of it like this to then make right before the blanket. 8th spot is the Ingrid sweater continuation. I think I just need to sit with the mistake. I just need to sit with the mistake a little longer, and I'm not quite ready to face it yet, to be honest. This one is a little harder to like rip back. The idea of ripping it back just makes me a little sad, so I'm gonna leave it as it is. Okay, Rosie. I'm gonna leave it as it is for a little bit, rip it back soon, and then leave it sitting in 8th space. So this will be like a late summer finish up. 7th, we've got the Petit Knit Oslo. I'm just gonna do it before the Ingrid sweater. It feels like it'll be nice and easy. I think it's something that I'll be able to do while watching a show. Like, it's pretty mindless because it is just like endless stockinette with like a decrease every like 6 rows or whatever on the sleeve. So I think this will be a good movie project. In 6th place, in a similar vein, we have the men's quarter zip. It also is pretty mindless. Like, it is a lot of just stockinette. So I think again it will be good to do intermittently while watching a movie, or just like as a break from the more mentally consuming tapestry work that I do. And I think that I'll be I'll be finishing this project within the next couple of months for sure. I just suspect that will be like a February one for me. Oh my god, Rosie. Next I have my chunky knit sweater. I'm gonna do this one right before the quarter zip because it's easy. It'll knit up really quick, so it'll be really motivating. And again, it'll be a nice break from the tedious tapestry work. Then next up, I had this sock. I'm just gonna make its friend. It'll take me like a week, and then I'll have a pair of socks instead of just having single sock. Then we have the finishing of the details on this crochet book cover. That will be before the sock because it'll take me like a day, and I feel like it will not be too terribly hard to do so. Then we have my ripping projects. These two I'm just gonna rip out. I will reuse this yarn for tapestry situations. There's enough here and in my stash to just combine it and make it into essentially the same color scheme, just maybe not this. So that's a ripper, and this is also a ripper. So these two will be done probably today. I think I'm gonna do them today. So it's a little bit out of order here at the end. Then this bad boy, 2nd place. Congrats. I have to finish casting it off and then block it. This is the seamless collar pattern that we'll be releasing very soon. Yeah, I just need to do my last finishing touches on this final test knit, and then it will be good to go. Edit the pattern and so on and so forth. Lastly, which I guess is really first, is weaving in the ends of this beautiful and ventzel sweater that I started over 2 years ago for my partner, who thankfully is still my partner. So we'll find out if they're still my partner after I give them the sweater. If you know, you know. Yeah, I just need to weave in all of these ends, which feels incredibly tedious, but I know if I put on like a TV show, like a single episode of something, I could get pretty close to being done. So that's that. Thank you for being here, if you've stuck around this long. I'm excited to show you the progress that I make between now and the next knitting podcast, which will be in like 2 or 3 weeks from when this video is being filmed. Yeah, thanks for being here. Please organize your whips. Make yourself a game plan. Don't be like me. Or maybe be like me, because I did that. Be like me. Organize your whips. Anyway, have a good day, and I'll see you next time. It's been a slice.